Hey, Mama Chris here, and today we're going to talk about how you are the gold that they never wanted you to know that you are. Throughout the centuries, we've had from the Hermetics to the Cathars to the Gnostics, teaching about the very things that were downloaded into me in the last few years, and that it was burning in me so badly to tell all of you about it that I started this. And you're not going to believe it, but God was never in the sky. God is in you. You are the gold of God, and it's been crusted over with trauma and programming, and it's time to release all of that and shine, because your light, along with our lights, is what's going to take us into the new earth. The time of struggle and lack and desperation, my friends, is over. It's time, and it's coming whether we like it or not, because it's the end of the era where we are going to move into this new earth where there is going to be love and unity and no more hijacking, no more lies, no more deception. Are you ready? God knows I'm ready. I am so ready. But I want to talk to you today about the Philosopher's Stone, and you guys can look this up. I highly suggest you do. The Initiates of the Flame by Manly P. Hall talks about over and through all the cultures about how we came to be. The father, who is the space, the mother, who is the spiral, had created a Christ, a child. And that Christ came through Jesus. And he was saying, greater things I do, you will do, and more. Well, we are awakening into that Christ knowledge. It's the coming home, guys. It's coming home to what we were before we were deceived and lied to during existence here on this earth. So kind of like the way my chat spread this out. It's kind of cute. Oh my God, you're not going to believe this. What if I told you the Philosopher's Stone wasn't some Harry Potter rock or secret lab experiment? It was you all along. And what if I told you people had been trying to bury this truth for almost 2,000 years? Because if you knew it, nobody could ever control you again. That's right, buckle up. That's very cute. I like that. Number one, the seed. Ancient Egypt and Greece. Way back in ancient Egypt and Greece, people were already writing about this. They called it Hermeticism. The big line, as above, so below, as within, so without. Translation, the whole universe is inside of you. Jesus taught this. Jesus was an Essene. Jesus was a mystic, guys, and the church didn't want us to know this. They didn't include it in the canon. They didn't want you to know. They hid it from the Bible. But this is a part of the awakening, us finding this information coming out, where all my life I've been searching for this information and I could never find it. It truly was hidden because I was a seeker. I was wanting to know truth, and none of these ancient scripts or information was available online. I don't know if you guys realize this like me, but 15, 20 years ago, I couldn't find this stuff. So I know through my experience and everything that I've been going through with the downloads and the awakening, not just with me individually, but with many of you out there, that it's time, because this stuff just wasn't available before. So there was this alchemist, Zosimos of Panopolis, around 300 AD, saying straight up, the real gold, the alchemy, isn't in the metal, it's in your soul. It's in you. Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is in you. Turning lead into gold was always code for turning ignorance into awakening. 2, Jesus and the first Christians. Fast forward to Jesus. He's literally dropping this truth in plain sight. The kingdom of God is within you. He talks about a hidden treasure in a field, a pearl worth selling everything for. And let me tell you guys, when you get this pearl, you understand that all of the shit that you had to go through to get to the awakening was worth it. And then you're able to forgive it, and you're able to release it. You're able to let it go, which uncovers that gold in you even more. And you just start to shine and shine and shine until you're just like, ah, you're just, wow. You're just like floating around, and your reality is so beautiful. It's really, really heaven on earth. And then it says, and then get this. He even, oh, hold on a second. I've done this before without water, and I'm like, and then get this. He even says, you are God's. John 10:34. He was basically saying, wake up. The spark of source is inside of you. It's inside of you guys, but all the programming and the lies has been covering and covering and covering this spark of source in you. And now it's time to let it shine. Let's uncover it. Let's let it shine. But here's where it gets wild. The early Christians split. Some followed that mystical inner light teaching. Those are the Gnostics. You guys can look them up. And others doubled down on external authority. Bishops, rules, canons. Guess which side won? They buried, they murdered all the ones with the secret knowledge, secret truth, and they made us worship a God in the sky, and you're not good enough to go to find God on your own. You need to go through us. So number 3, the crackdown begins. By 180 AD, a bishop named Irenaeus writes a whole book called Against Heresies, basically saying, these people who think God is inside them, heretics. He wanted one line of authority. Then in 367, Athanasius of Alexandria, I don't want to mispronounce it, lays down the official 27 books of the New Testament and warns against secret gospels. Guess what? In Egypt, someone takes those secret books, like the Gospel of Thomas, and buries them in jars. They weren't found again until 1945. That's how hard they tried to shut this down. That's really, I believe, like when things started, people really started going, something's not right here. Number 4, the Cathars. And they also say, too, that that's when the first wave of the star seeds were born, was around in the 40s. And then it came in waves and waves. I was born in 1972, so I was the second wave of star seeds to come. But that's a whole nother story we'll get into later. Number 4, the Cathars and the fire. Now, I really resonate with these guys. I can feel the Gnostics and the Cathars, especially in me, really triggers, and I can feel them rooting for me, because I'm really, without knowing it, I was downloaded this information, and I went through the awakening into enlightenment, and I did all that, and I didn't even realize, because I left the church, that I was following Jesus all along. And like my guides, like my higher self, was kind of like, guess what? You've been following Jesus' teachings all along, and you didn't even realize it, because I was a Christian. I knew the teachings of Jesus, and I was just like, oh my God. And then recently, even, I didn't even really know about the Cathars. But I was downloaded that I've been teaching what the Cathars died for. They literally were murdered, and their teachings were buried. Listen to this. Now jump to medieval France. These guys were medieval France, not that long ago, actually. The Cathars, these people were saying the material world is a prison. Christ came to set you free. The real baptism is of fire, not water. They're saying Christ opened the cage, but you've got to go within and peel away that residue from the programming and the trauma, and unleash that fire within you, because that fire is source. That fire is where you're really from, home. And as you do that, you start to experience home, heaven, more and more and more. So the church freaked when these Cathars started doing this. In 1209, the Pope launches a crusade against them. At Béziers, a commander supposedly says, kill them all, God will know his own. And in 1244, at Montségur, over 200 Cathars were burned alive for holding on to the inner light teaching. Can you freaking believe this, guys? How did we not know this? They've not been teaching this in schools. They definitely haven't been teaching this in church. Why? Because if people believed God lived inside them, the church couldn't own you anymore. And the church needed obedience, taxes, and power. Ay, 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 ay. 5, the resonance reboot. Centuries later, the knowledge starts to sneak back in. In 1463, Marsilio Ficino translates the Hermetic text. Secret societies like the Rosicrucians started passing it around coded. Okay, so why are they being so secretive? Why? Because they will freaking kill you. And they'll kill your family. They'll kill you all. And then in 1600, a guy named Giordano Bruno says, the universe is infinite and alive. God is everywhere. The spark is inside you. The church, what they do? Burn them alive in Rome. Why? Because truth like that sets people free. Number 6, modern receipts. And then, like destiny, it all comes back. In 1945, the Nag Hammadi texts are dug up in Egypt. Boom. Gospel of Thomas, Gospel of Philip, and all the lost mystical writings saying the exact thing Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is inside of you. Go to church. Ask pastors, what does the kingdom of heaven being inside of you mean? And they're probably not going to tell you this version. Not because they're evil, but because they don't know this information. And in the same era, Carl Jung, Jung, look him up, guys, look him up. Carl Jung. Guys, alchemy was never about gold in a lab. It was about wholeness. The Philosopher's Stone is your awakened self. Mic drop. 7, today, you. So here's the kicker. You're not crazy. This isn't new. It's the torch they tried to snuff out over and over again. But now we're at the end of the era. They can't snuff it out anymore. Whatever they try to do to us, we know we're eternal. We know we can't be stopped. What is death? What is, it doesn't matter to you. Once you reach this level of understanding, they can't shut you up, even if they kill you. They can't take they could take your body like it was taught, Jesus taught. They can't take your soul, because your soul's eternal. And that's what they never wanted us to realize, is that we're eternal and they can't control us anymore. From Jesus to the Cathars to the Hermetics to Bruno, they died trying to say it. And now it's back. And it's not in secret societies or dusty old books. It's you. You are the hidden gold, my friends. That's what immortality means. Not living forever in a body. This thing right here, blah blah blah. This thing is not. It's just your vehicle, guys. It's your Honda. It's your vehicle, or your Mercedes, or whatever you want to believe it to be. It's just your vehicle. It's not living forever in a body, but waking up to the part of you that never dies. And once you know that, no church, no empire, and no system can ever enslave you again. That's the great remembering. That's what we're in right now. I freaking love you. I don't care who you are. I don't care what avatar or what vehicle you're in. I don't care what your traumas look like, what your past. I don't even care how much you hate me or hate what I'm doing. I freaking love you, man, because I get it. I get it. And sometimes you feel like you're in this dark place and you just can't get out, but you can. You can get free. It's possible. If I can do it, you can do it, and I will do my damnedest to help you get there. I love you guys. I'm Mama Chris, rebelfaithpodcast.com. Talk to me. Talk to me in the comments. I want to hear from you. I'm replying to you guys as best I can, and I always will. Mwah. Love you.